So the karmic repercussions, this animation, right? So I ask you, I've given you 2 questions. What are your ideas, understanding about karma based on this video, or from your previous experience? Would you like to share? Do you agree with this video? You may not agree, you can say no problem. You find it very funny, very strange, you can voice out, about the understanding about karma. Anyone? Maybe
I actually just did something similar to that lady. I forgot her name. Sorry, I'm not good. Yesterday I received a TikTok that someone actually cannot exercise with the group together, cannot coordinate. So to me, it's very funny.
So, cannot coordinate. Oh, okay.
Cannot out of many army that he cannot coordinate. So to me, because I can coordinate well, I find it funny, So I forward it up. So today I saw this one. I feel like, oh my God, this actually we thought it's a norm. We can just laugh and share it, right? Although I feel pitiful for that guy because he cannot coordinate. I feel pitiful. But somehow I fall because I find it's just very funny, So then I realized it's like this story exactly, because laugh at other people, laugh at other people. So to me, one of my ideas is like, I thought it's a norm, but actually I'm creating a bad karma to myself. I didn't know. So looking at it, it's like you do good, you have good results. But if you do bad, because you do good, you gain wisdom. So you do bad, then you get something bad. From this video, this is my sharing. So what I can do, what is done is already done. Like you say, ask for forgiveness or repent. I'm sorry, really sorry for that. But it's scary because we thought it's the norm. We just laugh, Sometimes we just laugh at somebody else that, we didn't know is actually we didn't know. We thought it's a norm. Like everybody together, maybe we'll laugh at friends. You cannot coordinate. Everyone is one, then you do two like that. So I don't know. I don't know. It's like
and Fanny, you put out one very important thing. I mean, lesson that we learn from karma. It's very important. Now we talk karma so much, but it's so important, Like I still remember when I was in primary school, right? Like you, I was teasing on a friend. I mean, jokingly, it's not kind of teasing. It's jokingly because one of us is considered one good friend during my primary school. The hair is the kind of like very hard, It's like almost like metal hair. It's not metal but very, in Chinese we say 很粗啊, very rough hair. I look at her hair, it's almost like broom's hair. I'm not teasing her, but I said, wow, your hair is very rough, You know what happened? I think I can't remember exactly when. My hair also become very rough, For a period of time, really. It happened. And recently I was talking to another case. I was talking to a young man. He has a lot of he's a bit low self-esteem, working already, but low self-esteem. So I checked. I said, in the past, because I know him well, I said, in the past, you have been teasing your own brothers and sisters because you are the eldest, You've been teasing them. You thought you're big and strong, you're not torturing them, but you try to show your muscle, right? You trying to, I'm a taiko, you have to listen to me and then tease them if they make mistake, laugh at them. And then you become so low esteem. I said, you reflect back. Because it is, the karma will come back, to yourself. You thought you're better, you tease others, you look down on others, and people look down on you. And because you're boosting yourself, it's also karma. Because you like to boost guys, right? I'm so good. Yeah, I'm at that kind, I do well in my exam. But because you see that when people thought you're good because you're boosting, but actually you cannot do, So you cannot do, sooner or later people will find out, hey, you cannot, or you didn't do things properly, You thought that you're good because you're boosting. So the low self-esteem. So I told him about this. I don't know whether he get it or not. Yeah, I hope he can learn the lesson. And I thought that this is karma. Yeah. So anyway, others, what do you think? Do you agree with what is shown in the animation video? Do you watch? Sister Tang, Muye, Sister Muye?
Yeah. So sorry, I have with me my young lady here,
I
my
see.
daughter. Yeah. So she's also listening, and then we were just talking about Sister Fanny was talking about laughing at somebody who had a who danced funnily, and then she referred to Kujutara, right? Well, Kaying, my daughter, pointed out that in that story, Kujutara was mocking the Pacheka Buddha. And her intention was to make fun. Her intention was mocking. Whereas Sister Fanny, when you shared the video, it was in a way not so much mocking the other person, but your intention was, yeah, you had a good laugh. You were just sharing some funny video, some laughs. It's not like the karma that you've created, from what I understand it, it's not as serious as Kujutara, because it's a different thing altogether. And then Kajin here was saying, then what about if that person is ignorant? Like what if Sister Fanny here she shared this video, and that dancer was somebody we're ignorant of his status. Yeah. So what kind of karma is it? So we were just in a bit of about to comment on it, and then and Sister Yong, you called me. So yeah, that was my thoughts, as in trying to think it through. Not everything that I believe it's very much it's based on the intention. What is the intention of it? When the intention of the sharing of that video was, in a way, was in good fun. We're not really mocking him or belittling him. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
and
I
what is the
suppose-
intention? What is the intention? And the second one? Sister Lee, the second one? You mentioned something just now. The second point. One point is about the intention of the person who do the karma. But there's another second one very important also. What is that?
Kaying says it's ignorance. Sorry?
The object, that means is towards an arahant, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the Pacheka Buddha. Yeah.
Pacheka Buddha.
Yeah. And the arahant. The later part was the arahant. The bhikkhuni
That's why
arahant.
become her karmic effect become so great. Yeah. So great as compared with the normal one, the normal things that we laugh at, or we teasing, right? That make the difference. So we don't think from outlook, we thought the person is not an enlightened person, should be okay lah. I tease on him. But sometimes you wouldn't know. You really wouldn't know their attendance. Yeah. Okay. Now,
But
what
Sister
about the
Yong,
others?
sorry,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. She mentioned about ignorance. Yeah, lah, because I think I came from an environment that sometimes when I was young, we interact a lot with the monks or with the sifu, what you call. Sometimes because in another tradition, can be very close. So actually we ignorance about it lah. So I think the karma created is because our own ignorance also lah. That's why even though he's arahant or he's whoever Pacheka Buddha, we don't know, right? We don't know, but we just create the karma. Something like that. I don't know. Scary.
Yeah. Sister Leong, do you know what is Pacheka Buddha?
I don't know. I
Just
think
look at-
what you all discuss is too high level for me.
Oh, okay. No issue. Okay, there's one chat, is it? Let me see. Not sure what is it. Okay, just short one. When we see the Pacheka Buddha as shown in the video, yeah, the Kujutara video, that this lady, Kutujara, in his past life, he met the Pacheka Buddha. Pacheka Buddha is someone who has very high achievement. He can consider him as a Buddha. Yeah, it's just that this Buddha is a silent Buddha. He will not talk much, right? But he is still an enlightened person. So Kujutara was laughing, yeah, or imitating, for fun, on this Pacheka Buddha. That's why he got the very bad karma later on. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, what about Cameron? You have any say about it? About this video? and about the understanding of karma. Carmen?
Hi, yeah. So far, not really. But what everyone shared is pretty quite true. Me myself also, I've got experience of like when you laugh at people unconsciously, yeah, it will also have karma also, and yeah, it will come to you like not immediately, but like maybe very long time it will come back to you.
Oh, you experienced it before?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. This kind of experience is quite difficult to share with others, isn't it? Especially the non-Buddhists. But it is important. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you for your sharing.
You're welcome.
Yeah. What about the others, Karen?
I would say that the karma is again the amount of, the degree of karma created would depend on the intention. If your intention was really to poke fun at somebody, of course, that karma is more weighty. Well, if the intention was not even there, or you may not even know that that person is a Pachika Buddha, you may not know. So I don't think the karma should be of equal weight lah, I would say. I don't know whether I'm right to say this or not, but just like I think in one of the suttas they were saying first of all, if you were to kill a person, you must have the intention to kill, and then there must be a living being, and then you must actually go through the process, and that living being must die. Then only it's weighty karma. But let's say if you step on the ant and you didn't know that the ant was there, I don't think there's karma created. Am I correct to say this?
Okay, the one you just mentioned about the conditions, I believe it could be in the commentaries.
Yeah.
Okay, it could be mentioned in the commentaries about the condition to commit the karma.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let me find out. Okay, it will be something related to the next few sessions that we're going to cover. But I think it should be from the commentaries. Yeah. Okay, I will make sure that I will check on this. Yeah, the conditions to commit, say, a killing. What are the conditions? Is it mentioned in the sutta, or is it mentioned in the Abhidhamma, or whether it's mentioned in the commentaries? I hope I can find them, the reference of it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What about others? Anyone else like to share?
I got one question.
Yes.
Because just now I was like listening, you mentioned that like someone laughing at the other person, and the other person was actually what you call Ajiyatama Buddha.
Pacikan Buddha. Yeah.
Also, is the Ajiyatama Buddha is someone that who is going to be the next level of
He's already a Buddha.
enlightenment?
Frankly, he's already a Buddha. A Pacikan Buddha, he is already a Buddha, enlightened person.
So
Yeah.
does our own like current living being like us, they are also being the Ajita Buddha?
Yeah. So what happened is, one question is you're asking, Pacikan Buddha, is it going to be another level? So basically in our tradition, Theravada tradition, there are three kinds of enlightened person, enlightened being. There are three kinds. One is the Sammasambuddha, like the Gautama Buddha. Yeah, the Gautama Buddha, he was born about 2,600 years ago in North India. Yeah, and then he passed away into Parinibbana. Okay, so he's a historical person, Gautama Buddha. And he is one of the Buddha. He's not the only Buddha. So in the universe, we have many Buddhas. And in this, our universe, they are people who are already became a Buddha, like Gautama Buddha. We call it Sammasambuddha, a fully enlightened one, fully. Yeah. And then the second kind of enlightened person, we call it the Pacceka Buddha, the Pacceka, Pacceka, Pacceka Buddha. This Pacceka Buddha, he is also a Buddha, it's just that we call them silent Buddha because they don't like to talk. Yeah, like Gautama Buddha, when he have his enlightenment at the age of 35. Okay, he is according to commentaries, he was wondering should he teach or not. Then he decided to teach. Well, for Pachika Buddha, they are not teaching. Yeah, they don't teach. So normally, they were still out of compassion. They will try to tell you, like say, to understand the karma. So they probably fly into the air after you offer them food. They fly into the air. Or is it, wow, this monk flying to food to the air. Oh, wow, really, this must be a very powerful monk. Wow, I do this dana for him. I also have a lot of merits. But from the way that they show, they behave, they give you confidence. So, and you likely, hopefully you will follow their path, become a monk or learn the Dhamma from him. But they are not teaching much. And in fact, there's one of the sutta in the Majjhima Nikaya. It mentioned the Buddha once he passed by a place, a mountain, and he pointed to Ananda. This mountain, there are 500 of them who went into this mountain, became Pachika Buddha, and they never come up from the mountain. They die in the mountain itself. Right, 500 of them, and he can name it. The Buddha can name it. So and so, so and so, so and so. 500 of them who went to this mountain. I don't know how many years ago, passed away in the mountain. So in this earth, they are Pachika Buddha. But whether today we still have Pachika Buddha or not, we didn't find it from a text, from the scriptures. We cannot find it. But I don't know. It could be, maybe. Yeah,
Okay.
but this is a past story. Yeah, this happened to the past. This Kujutara, he is a historical person during the Buddha's time, 2,600 years ago. Yeah, he is a historical person. But Kujutara has this experience that he met Pachika Buddha in his many past life ago. I don't know, either in this earth or in another universe. I'm not sure. So this is her past story. So the third type of enlightened person, we call them an arahant. So during the Buddha's time, there are many people, including monks, including nuns, including the lay people, who became arahant, enlightened person, after they're being taught by the Buddha himself. Okay, they follow his teaching, they practice meditation, okay, until they become enlightened. So we call them arahant. Yeah. So arahant may not be those arahant during the Buddha's time, of course, they already passed away, right? So Ananda, he passed away at the age of 120 during the Buddha's time. After Buddha passed away, maybe 30 or 40 years later, Ananda passed away. So we know that they are living during the Buddha's time, and after they pass away as an enlightened person. Okay. But now, if you ask me today, you have Pachika Buddha, I'm not sure. There's no Buddha now at this moment of time. There will be one, according to Theravada traditions. We believe there'll be one who will be born as a Bodhisattva, and then he practiced, and he got enlightened, he became a Buddha. In this earth, yeah, there'll be another one coming. So Karen, I think, is having a problem with the network. Have to admit her first. Okay, so Arahant now, I'm not sure. In the Buddha's time, yes, there are many arahants. Okay, I'm not sure whether I answered your question or not.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay, let me answer. Yeah. Any other person would like to ask anything? Now free to ask. Okay.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
I believe that the Sama Sambuddha, he gained enlightenment by himself, right? If the Pachika Buddha, is it also by self-cultivation or he's taught by a teacher?
Yes. See, both when we say the Buddha, whether it's a Sama Sambuddha or whether a Pachika Buddha, they learn by themselves.
Yeah. Okay.
Enlightened. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So that means in that sense, Pachika Buddha is almost like the Buddha. Yeah, almost. Yeah. Okay. So that covered the first question. I think enough, huh? So and we know that it's very important for us to understand about the karma for that reason, so that we will not repeat our mistake. Yeah, and we know that, and we will not repeat our mistake. We're trying to avoid any mistake. Yeah, and those good things, that teasing other people is not good. So what will you do? You try to praise others, right? When they do something good. in return, right? You will get, I mean, people will praise you too. You have good status, you have confidence, because you're not looking down at people. So when you trust another person, when you praise another person for the achievement, then you too will achieve, success in your life. Okay, that is the reason why we wanted to know what is good and bad. Now, it's not only about the good things and bad things as a lay person in our daily life, but of course, most important is the final goal, liberation. Liberation also, well, there is one sutta on that, we'll cover about that in terms of karma for the enlightened person. So one question probably put out for those who are new, is there any karma for the enlightened person or not? We'll hold on to the answer later on, discussion later on. Is there any karma for enlightened person? Okay, for lay people, you and me, there's definitely karma. Okay, next, sutta on the karma is extract from Anguttara Nikaya 6.6, right? So let me open the sutta with the question, are there karma effect for unintentional actions? But because they are new people around here, okay, is there anything that you'd like to ask about one of these lines that you don't understand? Especially, what do you call it? Maybe Yong and Sister Chow. Any question that you like to ask?
No,
Yes.
no.
Actually, Sister Yong,
Yes.
can we please ask the participants to on their camera so that we can see their faces?
Okay. I think someone has camera problem. Yeah. The others, if you can turn on your camera. Yeah. So this sutta on karma. So for those who are newer, when you read through the sutta, you have any question or any line or any specific word that you don't understand, you can ask now. Any question? No? Oh, very shy. Okay. We turn to our question here. Are there karma effect for unintentional actions? Now, this sutta is about, what is karma? It's volition, okay, that I call karma. I hope you read the footnote, but if you have the book, okay, if you don't have the book, it's fine. Okay, it's the volition through action through body, speech, and mind. Meaning that, when you say about karma, it's something to do with will, our intention, will, that we act through body, speech, and mind. That is called karma. That's it. Very simple. People ask what's karma? Yeah, it is the decision. I would say that decision or volitions, that we make and then we act through body, speech, and mind. So the question is, how do we act through mind? Any example? How do we act through mind? Attendant retreat, what is Sister Leong, right? Can you try? What do you mean by action through the mind? Chia?
I think I'm the one who attend the retreat.
Okay. And you want to try? What do you mean
And
by?
I think the thing is whether how mindful we are. So let's say we are walking and we are not mindful and then we go and step on the ants. Okay, so whether there's karma there or not, if you ask me, I think there will still be karma because we are not mindful enough to notice the ant and we go and step on it, probably kill it or make him suffer, I don't know. So there will still be a karma, but maybe not, the karma might not be as much as if I intentionally kill the ants. I don't know.
Okay. There are two questions here already. So one question here is like stepping on the ants, right? I mean, out of not in the real I would say that maybe you didn't see their ants, right? After you said, oh, then only you found their ants. Okay, that is the second question. Is there any karma? The question here is, my early question is, what do you mean by action to mind? Purely to mind, not to body or not to speech, but purely on the mind. How we generate karma just through our mind? Any
maybe
suggestion?
probably what we think.
What you
Let's say
think?
we have a judgment on a person, and or maybe we see somebody and something happened and we are not happy with it, then in our mind we are like scolding the person with
Criticizing the
maybe
person.
false speech or whatever.
Yeah.
But we don't tell it out. But that is considered something not a good thing also lah.
Yes, you're right. And so that is the action to the mind, right? So is there any effect purely to the mind? You hate the person, but you have no choice. You're working with this person in the office, very near to each other. You see this person every day. Maybe your boss always scolding you. Now, of course, you will scold him back, but you hate this person so much. Then he say lah, whatever lah, huh? But when you say that in the mind, not to your speech and not to your body, any karma, any effect
I think will have lah.
will have
Because you already have the mind there. It's just that you don't do it, but it's already there in you. So I still think you will have the karma.
So this is very true. That's why the Buddha said, the karma is not only the body, like you step on the ants, not only what you talk, but including the mind. You didn't do it, You didn't do it. But it's just that something happened in your thoughts. That is already, the karma. Yeah, that is very serious, isn't it? They cannot commit you, for criminals, right? Because we have this kind of thought in our mind. They cannot criticize you because they cannot read your mind. They cannot put you into jail. But, this is already a karma. That bad. So are you scared? After
Yong,
thinking, what?
then I
Yes?
have a question for you because a lot of time I see I have a lot of like what you call unwholesome thoughts. Then I didn't add out, but like you say lah, but I can feel the karma is very immediate one. You feel your body energy already maybe you have anger, all this very hurting to the body. But I cannot stop the mind thinking. So and it continue to create karma. What can I do? That's my questions. Because when I look at the mind, right, it just has this thought.
Okay.
Should I change it to a positive one?
Of course, replace it. Immediately replace it. Yeah. So this is called, we call it antidote. Antidote. So you can use whatever method that you can find it most effective. Like even just reflect on the karma. Just by reflection on the karma will help you to overcome this kind of negative thought also. Hey, the story about, that I just read Buddha, that he did this, he laughed, and then that is his bad karma. Even he has a bad thought. There's another 2 video I'll share with you under the same category of Dhamma temple, right? And it's a bit sarcastic, I do not like to share with you because I'm not sure whether you can take it or not. But I look at it, this story could be true story, but very sarcastic. I'll share with you. You see already, okay, I'll not do it anymore. Yeah, but of course, whether the story is the fake story or make-up story, it doesn't matter. Right? The most important is we learn from the lesson. Okay? Later on, after the class, I'll share with you. Definitely, you have the antidotes, and the Buddha taught a lot of these different methods of antidotes. So one of the ways is like you reflect on the karma. Just share with you. Now, one good friend of mine, Temple's friend, passed away, I think about 20 years ago. Okay. She's a super nice person, very, very super nice, right? When I first come into the temple, SJB at the time, she treated me so well, she treated everyone well. I know that she has problem with the husband has, someone else, so she keep it into her heart. But she was so nice with everyone, I feel that now she treated me the best, but she treated everyone the best. And she passed away, a very bad stroke, a very bad stroke. So he fell down, and then sent him to the hospital, and then in hospital, in operation, or another stroke, another problem, another bleeding. So they had to stop the operation, and then the family decided to remove all the supporting machines. That's 20 years ago, and then she died naturally without the supporting machine. So the night when they made a decision, so we all visited her at the ICU. I tell you what happened. The ICU is full of people until the escalator, full of people. ICU, can you imagine? ICU room full of people who come and visit her. And I was crying, at the escalator, near the escalator. Now, I was sad for her death for 1 year. 1 year. So how I overcome it is I reflect on the karma. So I reflect. you know, I have my own karma to go, right? I will have my own way to pass away, to pass on. She has her own karma to pass on. It's not a choice, but that is her karma that she will pass on in this way. I too will pass on. And one day, I will die too. I don't know where I'm going to die, how I'm going to die, but I will die too in my own way, in my own, according to my karma. So by reflecting on this, it will overcome my grief. Exactly 1 year. Okay, so you will find your own method. So one way karma to me is a very good reflection tool. It's actually taught in the sutta. There are 5 reflections. I think one of it is reflection on the karma, reflecting on it. Yeah. So you feel very sad, really bad that someone passed away, or even with your own, your own circumstances that you have, you have some bad things happen to you. Just take it. Okay, this is my karma. Yeah. And that I have lost my money, I lost whatever wealth, I lost my health. Yeah, it's my karma. Take it. Yeah. And of course, you still go for your treatment. Like about 1 week ago, Friday, I came back from home. I came back from work, and then I saw my grill door was open wide. No one at home. So what happened? Break in, right? Very calm, but I'm worried that the person is still in the house, and because my sister is staying just in another few rows. No, nobody knows. So I'm very calm, and okay. Immediately I called the police station. Yeah. And then all my sister, my family rush here. They're so worried. I said, don't worry. Okay, let's check and see what happened. You know what happened is, okay, police come and check, and actually nothing lost, in my house. Nothing lost. And they couldn't believe it. Strange, How come? Nothing was stolen. What happened? Cannot explain. And they put the things so gently. Well, of course, it's not too messy. A few bags was scattered around, but nothing was broken. And they are very gentle. So my sister, they're gentle because they don't want to make noise for neighbor to hear. But nothing was broken, nothing was stolen. Yeah, so okay, just a sharing on it. Now, why I come to this is like antidote. Yeah. So you reflect on the karma. That everyone will have their karma. Okay, so is antidote when you have a negative mind. Okay. So let's move on. We have another, another 25 minutes to go. Anyone else would like to share about this? Is there any karmic effect or unintentional actions asked by Chia just now also?
No. Maybe
Yes,
I just want to say something from your
Yes.
incident just now where your house got break in. So perhaps you got one karma in the past, is it? And then you did good karma, so the good karma overcome the bad karma. So
Yes,
that's why there's nothing to stolen.
the working of karma is quite complex. Quite complex. We don't know because a lot of different paths, and we are also conditioning is also one of the chapter which we're going to cover later on. About the fruits of it. The conditioning factor comes in, and I think probably there's a story, very nice story shared by Bante Hai, which I will share next session. Otherwise, we cannot complete our exercise. Okay. It's true. It is kind of like multiple karma. There's so many karma that we did, right? Every day, every moment, right? Yeah. So you can, you don't do it, but you think about it, it's already a karma. So all these are actually many piles of karma compiled together. Past and now. They are all mixed up, and they are all affecting each other. Some kind of like subsided after a while. They did not appear, right? Some is so strong that they remain, but because of conditioning factor, you kind of like make it not so appealing. Yeah, and of course, your mental state is most important. Like, say, one of the karma is we're going to die one day, right? You cannot say that you're not going to die, right? Because we're going to die. So how to do? It's a very what kind of heavy karma that we did, that we had to be born as a human life, and then we have to face death for ourselves, right? So we have to manage this kind of face this kind of situation that we're going to die. Cannot run away. Yeah. So come back to the question: unintentional actions. Unintentional action. Is there any karmic effect? Stepping on the ants. Anyone say yes? Anyone say yes? Fanny say yes? Chia also say yes? Anyone say no? So I can't see everybody, so I have to open up.
I say no.
Yes?
No,
You say no, Karen say no. Yeah, can you share with us why you say no?
because it's unintentional.
Ah, okay.
I remember there was one talk by Chief Reverend last time. He says if he were to count the number of small animals that he has killed when he was younger, then his karma will be so how to say, so weighty. But because it's unintentional, so you didn't even have that intention to hurt anybody or kill anybody, so actually there's no karma created. By this I would say negative karma lah. But I'm not sure whether I'm right lah. Or maybe I'm trying to console myself lah, because I could have killed some ants unintentionally.
Compensate back. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'm trying to console myself.
Yeah. Anyone else will agree with Karen? Yeah.
Yong, can I just share a bit like what
Yes.
Sister Karen say lah? And another sister mentioned about mindfulness. Sometimes I realize because our mindfulness is not clear, maybe also interpretation of the words unintentional or intention. Because I realize a lot of things I do, I thought is not creating karma or is wholesome, right? But it's actually because my mindfulness is not clear enough to see my intention. You know what I mean? Because of the self, because I'm not what do you call it, enlightened person. I still have the concept of self. For whatever I do, I realize I'm protecting this self. So I think it's because I don't have the mindfulness, so I cannot see the intention I thought is unintentional. I don't know whether I interpret the words unintentional correctly or not. Okay, thank you.
Something very what do you call that? Very subtle that in your lines just now, Fanny, is the ignorance that you mentioned earlier on. Our ignorance, we do not know. We are not always have a clarity of our mind, right? Or probably only a enlightened person will always clear, the clarity of the mind is always there. So their mind is blind, and super clear. But not us, the Puthujjana, the lay person. So because of ignorance, right? So we cannot run away. But we are walking this path so that all this can be cleared up. That we're fully enlightened, sure, there's no more karma. Only the enlightened person will have no karma. I brought up this answer earlier already. Yeah, only the enlightened person. Now come back to the Karen's question that, what according to Karen said is true, if according to the line, if you're not will, then it's not karma, correct? According to the line, if there's no volition, then it's not karma. Purely from the text. This is what we understand, right? From the text itself. No volitions, no karma. But when there's no karma, does it mean that there's no effect? There is effect also. Just like a child, right? So, when you're young, you see fire, you like to play fire? You like, right? You love to play fire for young children. And then this young child that he played fire and he got burned. Right? The effect is there already, right? He's ignorant. It's not his purpose that, he wanted to burn himself. But he's burned. He didn't know anything. Probably a 2 years child, right? Didn't know anything. Wow, look at fire. Wow, so interesting. Go and touch. And then he got burned. It's not intention that he want to do something bad. So action without intention, it doesn't mean that nothing will happen. There will be effect, but this is not karma. Okay? I hope that answers some of your question here. Intention, according to lines, you must have the intention. Then you consider it as a karma. So all the time, when we say something, when we act, when we do something, when we think about something, there's always a decision there, Yeah, Miye, you have a question?
Wait, let me to put the cam. My daughter, Kaying has a question.
Okay,
Ask.
yes, Kayin.
Hi.
Mm.
Because just now you said if it's unintentional, then you won't have any karma, but you will have the effect, right? So what's the difference between the karma and effect?
Okay, what is the difference of the karma and the effect? There is one slide that I want to show you. Actually, I was thinking to show later on. From the line in the text, we know that the actions always come with volition, intention. Now, what is so special about this karma? It is not just about, the volition. It is about this topic, isn't it? Right? Whether it's a good or whether it's a bad one. When we say that whether it's a good or bad one, it is somehow the decision made out by our own self. Yeah? Whether it's going to want to scold a person, of course, it's bad. I'm angry about the person, it's a bad one. But if I'm kind to another person, it's a good one, isn't it? That is our so-called justification about karma. Yeah, you have the volitions to do something with a good or bad intention. Wholesome, unwholesome, skilled, or unskillful volitions and the action itself. That is the element that make the difference with the volition. And action doing without any volition or any moral thought behind is not considered a karma. Okay?
Say that again.
About the whole thing that I say again? All right.
Just now. Just now.
According to the text.
Action without intention or morality is not considered karma.
Yes.
But
you do not have the moral thoughts. You do not have any good or bad thoughts, right? To do a certain thing, to decide on to do certain things, certain actions. That is not not karma according to the text.
I thought karma is an effect or a consequence.
No, according to the
from
line.
your
According to the line. Yeah, is it one by one? Yeah.
It's not an effect. It's
it's not
it's
about
a
effect.
It's will.
Yeah.
It's volition. It's
action. Yeah. The karma is action. Will action.
the act of the
Right.
will action, will speech, or will thoughts.
Okay. This is the meaning of
So
karma.
you don't get karma, you do karma.
Yeah, karma is about action. Actions.
Oh.
Okay. And these actions always conditioned by this thing. Yeah. Always conditioned by what thoughts that you're having when you perform the action.
Then what if you are sick? Then it's due to bad karma.
Who says that?
Not necessary.
It's
Not necessary. Yeah. Say for example, it is if you are, say, you are in you stay in a cold country, and suddenly that winter was super bad, very, very bad. And you got the cold. Right? And many people get cold. So it is not because of your bad karma, yeah, but because of the weather. You have the body, right? And the weather is bad, and you catch a cold. Yeah, it's not because you do. I think you're trying to talk about the friction, the friction. Can we, we can have more of this discussion in the next one, which you talk about the vipaka, the fruits itself. Not everything is according to, to the karma. That is one thing that we know. Okay, I probably jump into another slide. Hold on, yeah. About the niyama. Okay, maybe about this slide first. Now, in the text, it's really clear already. Any action with volition considered a karma. And this volition is colored, conditioned by your morality. How bad is the thought is your thoughts. Sorry. How bad is your thoughts? How much effort you think bad about the person? Okay. That is how great your karma is. And because of the level of your morality, that you put a lot of effort to do something bad, and the effect of your karma, the effect of a karma will be great. Yeah. And also the object where you perform this action to, just like the story in the video, the animation video, that the object is actually an enlightened person. So when she has this thought, of making fun on that enlightened person, the volition is definitely not a good one, teasing, and have fun on another person, and she did the actions. So unfortunate that the person that she make fun on is an enlightened person. So that at the level of the karma that she performed, which is we will discuss this in the next session in the friction part. Okay, just keep it simple now. It has to come with volition, and this volition is accompanied by a certain moral values behind. If you're totally unaware that you're stepping on the ants, right? You didn't do it out of anger, or whatever reasons, moral values that you step on the ants, then it's not an action, it's not a karma. Okay?
I got one question.
Yes.
If let's say a person is thinking like that the insect, which is the cockroach, let's say, then that person thinking cockroach is actually very dirty. So if the person go and kill it just to end its life faster because thinking the cockroach is dirty, living in a dirty world, then let it to incarnate into a better world, will this kind of killing still have karma?
So what do you think, participants from the floor? You want to give any comments?
I think there is, because that thought that you think that the animal is bad, and there's actually hatred in your mind already. So the intention there was actually based on hatred. So I think there is karma there lah. Okay.
But she mentioned also that it's not because of she may not realize it, but there's no anger involved, but our compassion, just like the mercy killing, just our compassion that she has to get it away. Okay, so what do you think? What others think? Any bad karma?
I think I should rephrase it. Like let's say for certain people who got critical illness, then they how to say, they have to take, or maybe an animal, they got cancer at terminal stage already, then the owner brought their pet to be injected, so that they can end their life. So is that karma? Is there a karma for killing the pet because they got terminal illness already?
Okay, probably I'd like to listen from others before I make my own comments. Any others would like to share? Killing a dog, mercy killing, killing those cockroaches, it's all killing. Anyone want to share? Gianna?
I think my personal opinion, if the intention is out of compassion, out of love, to end the suffering of that particular being, I think that would sort of justify for like, pulling out the plug of the person who is, let's say, or even the pet who has terminal illness. Because my intention is to end the suffering, which means I come from compassion, I come from love. I just want to end the suffering. So I believe that if I have this intention, this thought, which is so strong, based on that, if I were to request the doctor to, put an end to it, I feel that there will not be any negative karma for myself. Because it's only one line of thought. It's out of compassion. I just cannot stand the dog suffering anymore, you know, things that is in pain or something like that. So purely based on that, if I can hold that thought and comes from that thought, I believe that I will not create any karma for myself, negative karma.
So the thanks, Gianna. So the compassion is the moral side, right? Moral of your thoughts. Yeah. Fanny, you like to say something? No. Okay. So it is depending what is your moral value, but you must be also careful. This is my my suggestions. You must be very careful, especially related to killing. Yeah, and animals. Yeah, I brought my dog, kampung dog, 3 years ago, yeah, to the vet. Now it was a very bad infection, yeah, and I think this is the first time I brought the dog to the vet. So the doctor looked at my dog and says, "Do you want me to give him an injection?" Huh? Okay, injection. How soon? I can do it now. Then I look at the dog, and then I told the doctor, he's not ready. He's not ready in the sense that because it's during the COVID lockdown time. So my brothers are not there, my sisters are not there. And I feel the dog would like to meet them up, you know, before he say goodbye. But anyway, and after talking to the doctor and asked, is there any pills to ease him up so that he will not feel so painful? No, oh, okay, I can give you this pill to kill the, I mean, to get rid of the worms, I think, to get rid of the worms. Okay, what about, what do you call that, you know, whatever last, the most important thing is not to make him so painful because he was crying, basically, the dog cannot sleep. He was crying the whole day. So, and then he said, yeah, I can give you pills. So I gave him pills, and my dog actually tahan for another 3 months. He didn't die immediately. Yeah. And he was very happy for the last 3 months. So I don't know. How do we know whether the animals or the dog agree for us to give him injection or not? I'm not sure about that. And this is one part of the story. Now, second part of the story is what Ariya shared with the people who, you know, who have dogs, who help dogs, not who have dogs, who help dogs. And there are a lot of stray dogs in the streets, and you know, because of worrying that the dogs will have many children and there will be many stray dogs in the street, so they will find way to send it to the vet, right, to nature them. And I said it may not be a good idea by making them not to bleed, right? What is the karma? Any karma will happen. Is it, yeah, you have good intention, right? You put them so that they will not have children. What will happen in terms of the karma? Likely, you will not bear children in the future. You get the story?
Sister Yong, sometimes
Yes.
I realize when we say our intention is morality, right? Good moral. Sometimes I think it's for our own convenience sake that we don't have the mindfulness to realize.
To console us, as you say.
Yes.
To console us.
Yeah. Thank you.
So I hope I give you a certain, you know, flavor to the answer. I can't give you a very good answer, I have to admit. Yeah. So you thought it's morally good, yes, but it may not be actually good at the end. Yeah. Morally, it sounds good. It sounded good. Just be careful. Yeah. I know some, you know, some people, Buddhists, they will free the animals. They buy fish from the shops. Those fish are still alive, and they release them in the river or into the sea, hoping that, you know, helping them to, you know, to save their life. But or even birds, they will, you know, people will catch birds and then they will buy the birds and release the birds. But I say, you release the birds and then they catch them back. Because they know that you're going to buy again. Yeah, I hope you got another examples of this story. Yeah, very good intention. So we have to do it with wisdom. You really have to think about it, you know, whether it's a good or bad things. Like offering to the bogus monk, is it something good or bad? Bogus monks are in the street. You didn't know and you offer them some money, whatever, food. So some was criticizing, hey, you shouldn't offer to those bogus monks. These are bogus. They're not real monks. But one teacher told me, even doing that, offering something to a bogus monk, is it a good action or not? Is it our compassion? If our compassion, you see this person, wow, it's like no money, and then standing there waiting for someone to offer them some food or money, I'm willing to give. And that action is actually with kindness. Yeah, with generosity. Of course, with your wisdom, that this person are not supposed to receive money. Not supposed to receive money. Yes, Sister Miye.
Yeah. Isn't that called idiot compassion? Is the saying that better to teach a man to fish than to give him fish?
Yeah.
So he's an able-bodied person, the bogus monk. I'm referring back to your
But
story.
no matter what, the kindness is there, isn't it? The kindness is there. Yeah. But of course, you give money to a drug addict, of course. Yeah, it is the idiot by compassion. Yeah. So you
But
have to
I still don't agree about the bogus monk, because in its a way he is misleading others.
We are not encouraging people, of
impression
course.
it
We are
gives.
not encouraging people to offer to bogus monks. But you must know also, it is actually a kindness. If the person who offer money or food to the bogus monks, the person is actually doing a good action. We cannot deny. Yeah. He's doing it with kindness to help another person. Without knowing, actually it's a bogus monk, or without even knowing that these are not even Buddhists. Maybe the person who offered also not a Buddhist, but he did it out of compassion. Yeah. So very difficult for us to judge. Sometimes to me, don't just superficially say this is wrong. This is not supposed to be done for mercy killing, but it depends. It depends. It's quite complicated at times. Yeah, just like my case of my dog. I feel that he's not really. Even though he's in pain. Yes.
Yeah. Earlier on, there was this talk about killing maybe pests or insects. For example, mosquitoes. So we know Aedes mosquito bring dengue. I see a dengue mosquito, I cannot not help whack it. Yeah, I see a mosquito in the house. It's got all these black and white legs, because the three of us in the house, when during the lockdown, three of us, we had chikungunya. And I'm still suffering from the effects of this, after effects of chikungunya, more than 1 year after I had it. The youngest one, of course, went back to doing life. This daughter of mine went back to dance and everything, but my joints are still affected. I'm the oldest in this family to get this chikungunya. So now we see any mosquitoes, I'm paranoid. I see mosquitoes, just whack. So I don't think about the guilt that I have. I don't do that, because I must see in terms of the situation. That I don't go around mosquito hunting, but if they're in my view, they happen to fly by, or they're sitting, they're trying to suck my blood, and that's when I whack them.
Okay, understand. So okay, I probably want to share another slide related to one question that Kayen raised up just now. Probably immediately go to these Yama things. Sorry, it's a bit academic, yeah. Don't worry about the things, but probably I should go to another slide. So early on, I mentioned that we should always refer to the sutta, about the teaching, of the Buddha. But this concept about the karma has been discussed a lot. Those things that we concern, like mercy killing mosquito, right? All this discussed a lot in the commentaries. Okay, so in this Panchavida Niyama, a lot of them thought that this is in the sutta. Actually, it's not. It's in the commentaries, especially in the Abhidhamma, and also the commentaries to the sutta mentioned about these 5 niyamas, whereby it mentioned that Out of this 5, one of it is the Kamma Niyama. This Niyama is something like law, the law that is actually working, in our life. I mean, environment or internally. Yeah. So according to this law, these 5 laws, okay, not only the karma, that the good actions, bad actions, and the results of it, okay, that we have to bear the consequences. And there's also the other law which affect our life. Like for example, this Utu Niyama, the most common one, due to seasons. Yeah. Also affecting us. And this is not due to karma, according to commentaries. Not karma. Yeah. Let's say, for example, seasons, windy, cold weather. Yeah. Fruiting of the trees, wind blowing, temperature of the sun, rains. Yeah. Flowers opening, closing at night. It's not because of karma. Yeah. This is external. Physics. Okay. This is physics law. And Bija Niyama, seeds like you planted, what do you call that? Mango seed, then it become a mango tree. This is not your karma. Yeah. And the third one is, of course, the karma, which we're talking about, the actions with the moral values behind. There is a karma and there are fruits, and we have to bear the fruits. Chitta Niyama, the order of the process of the mind. Yeah. Like you have this thought, yeah, then something will happen to this thought. Is conditioned by the mind. Yeah? This is mainly related to mind activities. Okay, this is Chitta Niyama, not because of a karma. You just act, yeah, mind activities. And the 5th one, Dhamma Niyama, okay, which is a bit different, related to certain very special events, like how the Bodhisattvas, was having conception in his mother's womb, okay, and etc., etc. Like when the Buddha passed away, the earthquake, yeah, and when he gained enlightenment, again, the earth cracks. So this is like a special event now. So this is explained by the commentaries. Not everything is due to karma. Seasons, the fruits, the trees grow. Yeah, this is what happened in the phenomena in the world. Not necessarily due to everything is due to karma. Mosquito grow not because of karma. So you must keep ways, to for surroundings so that the mosquito will not grow, in population. Now, come back to this, I just want to make some conclusion. Yeah, whether it's a killing with compassion, killing with anger, ignorance, yeah. As long as you make decisions, there's a volition involved, it is considered karma. Okay, stepping on the ants without any intention, not karma according to the text. Yeah, there's no moral value behind, right? You didn't make the judgment that you want to kill the ants. Okay, that is my interpretation from the sutta. Okay, now it's already almost 4:05. We have to stop here. Unfortunately, we did not cover all the exercise, especially the third one. And probably I'll try to find some time to discuss on this in the next session. Okay, so we keep this, the third one, causes of karma, for the third session. And there's another sutta which I will share with you later on, related to these condition things. So, any more question before we end today's session? Any more? Anyone want to give any comments? No? Okay, I pass back to Gianna.
Thank you, Sister Yong. Let us say 3 sadhus to Sister Yong for the invaluable lesson. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.